Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Dominopoulos, and today's video is unlocking Apocalypse with 3 yellow horsemen. Yes, we're finally here, all this work that we've done. If you've been following along with my stuff, I got videos, I'll have links down in the description on how to unlock your horsemen at 3 yellow without building the Scourge teams. You can get more shards for them, but you don't have to. And then all the sagas and how to use your 3 yellow horsemen to get through the sagas. But this video is, we're finally here to Apocalypse. So let's just get right into it, and we'll talk there in this video. So let's bring the video up and let's go get ourselves an Apocalypse. We're finally here. We're finally here. So let's get into our epic campaigns. Let's go over to Apocalypse Saga Heroic Mode, and this is where we unlock our baby Apocalypse. And yes, we're going to do this with 3 yellow horsemen. We never have to build anything for the Scourges. We're just going to go get our Apocalypse. We're going to be using our raid and our arena teams. That's the whole idea. So here's our 3 yellow Morgan Le Fay, and these nodes are going to be carried by Moon Knight and Agatha. I have a 6 red Agatha and a 4 red, 7 yellow, but 4 red on the Moon Knight. Wish I had more. And then we got Doom and Spider Weaver in there for some RNG. I wish I had Dormammu, but I don't yet because of my 3 yellow horsemen. It's taken me quite a while. So let's get into the nodes. So we're going to need to, we'll go after that cluster with the ult, and then we're going to stun Zim. Zombie Iron Man needs to be stunned. He needs to be controlled. We don't want any bleeds on our characters and us attacking ourselves. So let's just get that out of the way, get him stunned. And then we're going to come in with some ults, and then we need to take care of Hela, and we need to take care of Emma. So let's get right into them. Do I do the ult here, or do I do the special? Yes, because Moondragon needs to go. So I was hoping the special would bounce around and kill her before she gets her defense up, or death proofs, but it didn't. It didn't. I was, hoping she'd be dead, but she's not. So it's still an issue, and she still has to go. And that zombie Iron Man still has to go. Now we got our charges up on Weaver. That's why we're not getting hit. We no longer have charges on our Weaver. You may have to restart some of these nodes if you get unlucky with when the charges go up, and who gets ability blocked, and the Weaver is squishy if she's not doesn't have the charges on her. But let's go back and let's stun that Zim again. That zombie Iron Man needs to be stunned, needs to be controlled. I don't want him doing anything, ever taking a turn. And then we're going to save a little bit of cooldowns. Oh, no, we're not. We're just going to go and rewind because we want these people dead. So this Moondragon needs to go. That Phyla needs to go. That LDS needs to go. And that Zim needs to go. A lot of people need to go in this saga. Are we going to ult? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Our Weaver's still hanging on by a thread. We save the ult there. Try to save that for as long as possible because we still have 15 out of 20 to go. And we're lucky that our Weaver's not getting taken out here. Again, this is a little bit more difficult. Got lucky with the blind there. Blind on LDS definitely helped us out. So now Phyla's got to go before she uses her special and clears everything. Let's go ahead and spread from there. We're going right back after the Phyla. Yeah. Or maybe the Mystique. No, we're going to go after the Phyla. That's good damage coming in. Again, if you have more stars on these characters, they're going to do better work. But this is a 3 yellow horseman we're getting through. Morgan Le Fay actually does very well in this saga at 3 yellow. Red Hulk's a pain in the butt at 3 yellow, just letting you know. We get the Disrupt up on Strife so he can't taunt. We got to get this Phyla down. We got to get this LDS down. He tried the taunt. Didn't get the taunt. Do I do the stun on LDS? No. I just go and try to get the kill. Nope. All right, let's get a charge back. Now, Weaver does a perm kill there. Weaver does have perm kill. So even though Adam Warlock had a revive, he's dead because killed by Weaver. And we're still not taking the ride yet. We're saving it. Try to save as much as your cooldowns as possible on especially on content like this kind of stuff. Especially on Dark Dimensions where you're punching up big. It's more about control than it really is about damage. It's more about single target damage, getting those priority targets down, and controlling all the healers and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to go in with the special, which does a ton of damage, even at just 4 red. If you got more reds on him, he's just going to be wiping stuff out. And that's the whole point. We're using our raid teams. We're using our arena teams. I probably should stun Emma. And then control that Zim. We don't want Emma clearing things. And then it's time for the ride, because there's 7 left. We'll see who takes the ride. It's either going to be Agatha or Moon Knight. It also depends. If someone has offense up, it changes their attack stat. Doom takes the person with the highest attack for a ride, but if somebody has offense up, it can change that. So Agatha has higher stats. Technically, at their base right now, I think she has 10,000 more damage than Moon Knight. At 6/6, and Moon Knight at 7/4, 7 yellow, 4 red. And we're pretty much through this node. We do have to make sure that Zim doesn't do anything. We want that Zim gone. That Madeline Pryor can be obnoxious too, so she does have to go. But I'm really focused on that Zim, and then that Madeline, and then he gets his revive, and we're pretty much through this node. But in general, when you're trying to go for control here, we got the charges up too. We're never really in any threat. I don't think this is a node that I had to restart. I think we got right through it. So we're through the first part with our first 3 yellow horsemen. Now the final node's going to be the challenge, because you have to use all 4 of your horsemen plus a baby apocalypse that they give you with no ISO. So that's where this does get a little bit challenging, using just the 3 yellow horsemen, but we still get through it, and that's the whole idea. You can restart these nodes as many times as you want. So if you get bad luck, and if you get good luck. Alright, so we're going in with Mutant. Now this technically doesn't say anything about having to use the horsemen. You could just use your full raid team. I didn't. I just, because Rogue does such a good job. But technically this, and with the last node, you could have used just straight Mystic. You didn't have to use Morgan Le Fay on that node. But we're trying to minimize the characters that we have to build, and put all the blue ISO 4 that we have to do for this, and then blue ISO 5 for the big boy apocalypse. So we're trying to minimize the amount of characters that we have to build, and that's part of why you use Weaver too, because she's one of the MSF originals, and you got to use 3 out of the 4 of them. But with this, these mutants, with your extreme, they do really well. We took a little bit of damage here, but we're going to stun. All right, the Weaver was about to go, so we went after her, and then we'll ability block the Squirrel Girl. I think that's the path here. Yep. Ability block the Squirrel Girl. But now we got to kill the Weaver. The Weaver's got to go. We don't want to touch her unless it's either we're putting an ability block on her, or we're killing her, or we're stunning her. Now I tried to get the ability block on Cap Sam, because I didn't want him doing his ultimate and speeding everybody up, but it did not land because he had deflect. So I figured I'd go right after the Weaver and try to get that damage on him. Probably gonna, let's get speed up to ourselves. No, go after the Weaver. Don't play games. Don't play games. All right, so we did get the ability block. We did gamble a little bit. Now we're gonna use the ult. That Weaver's got to go. Maybe I should have just went right after the Weaver, but you can see a 5 red night crawler doing that kind of damage. Again, yep. Let's see what we got. But you see how well this team does, and you see this. There's no real threat of really losing using this team. Again, you can get a bad luck. You might have to restart, but you can see how Rogue's doing, even with the taunt that I don't really want her to have up. I don't want her taking the damage because she's the weakest character on the team, but she's got 1,000,000 buffs on her because this team provides 1,000,000 buffs. They buff stuff. So get this Squirrel Girl dead. I guess Titania could have been an issue, but it doesn't even look like, we're just going to ult and call it a day. Kestrel, I guess, could have been an issue. But again, you see how well this team does. And you didn't even have to use the Rogue. Again, you're probably going to have a bigger Rogue, unless you're following my stuff and you went my path with the 3 yellow horsemen, because it can be done. You can just use your full extreme, although I would hesitate to build up Cyclops. You're going to replace him with Old Man Logan in his own raid team. Again, it's good to have the full team, have some version of him. And again, we got X-Men reworks coming in the future, but I would hesitate to build anything based on potential stuff for the future, and I would just hold back on him. Don't go too crazy on him. You don't need him here. Although you could use him. So there we go. So this is just bio. We're not using the Red Hulk. You know, you can see you got your hive mind. You could have used them for the sagas. I didn't use them for the sagas, and I'm not using them here. I am just not bringing in Red Hulk into this because he is so squishy at 3 red, and I just, you know, we're just going to use our raid and arena team. So this is one where you have to build I guess, an extra character for it, but you're not really building an extra character. These are characters that you're bringing up anyway. That's the whole idea of these videos, to never have to build anything else up besides your raid and arena teams, and we're going to get through and get Apocalypse. So I went after the Psylocke here in particular just because I don't want her flipping everything back to us. Now that up top that Valkyrie can be an issue too, but I want that Jane Foster stunned because I don't want her doing any abilities, but you're going to see in a minute how that bites me in the butt, because if you kill one of the Asgardian and then Valkyrie's passive goes off, it clears everything, or it's got a 50% chance of clearing everything, and now she has her ability, and you can see she actually does some half-decent damage. Now I'm like scrambling, trying to kill her now. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. She's going to do her thing. She could flip stuff. You know, she could do a little bit of damage there. So that was the person that I really wanted to at least focus on, but let's come in here with Gore. Again, we're using Annihilators. Anything past Annihilators and on have about a 30% buff over everything else. That includes the reworks. So that's why we're trying to use the newest characters and characters that you should be building your raid and your arena team. So this is technically this is the bio section, and this is your skill raid team, but they have dual tags. So let's go in there. I went after the Surfer. I didn't want the Surfer doing anything. Icarus is useless without Xerxes, and obviously there's no Xerxes on the board, so he really wasn't a big concern for me. I think I could see Surfer. See, nothing flipped, and we got no rewind, so we're stuck behind a Colossus taunt. But I'd rather get the Surfer down than anything, and then you really got to make sure you get the Phoenix before she does things. You know, and we're stuck behind this Colossus taunt for the moment. So technically this, you know, and we got a Peter B for a quick heal. Technically this Phoenix could have done some issues, could have caused some issues, could have caused some problems, but keep plowing through. This isn't going to spread anything, but I just want to AoE damage on everybody, and I want the Phoenix dead. I think Phoenix actually does get her ult off. Yep. You can see it did some work to us. You know, did something. Gore's in a little bit of danger. That's a newer character too. She's, I guess, invisible. Now she's dead. And that's pretty much it. And we're pretty much through this node. We didn't use Red Hulk on this. I am not playing. It was hard enough to get through his saga at 3 yellow. I ain't playing that game. If you got a bigger Red Hulk, I guess go ahead, use him. But I'm not if I don't have to. He's hiding. He's benched. But we're using our raid teams, we're using our arena teams, and we're on our way to getting Apocalypse. We're on our way. This last node's going to be fun with all 3 yellows. And the Apocalypse that they give you to carry. It's going to be a fun one. Alright, so Mutant. And again, we're going to use same team, same setup. Let's go in. Mutant section is a little bit easier than other ones because you get to use a team that synergizes very, very well. They have great sustain. They get through modes like this. They do great in Dark Dimensions too. I mean, obviously as a team you're going to be using a raid, but you're going to want to use them in especially the earlier Dark Dimensions. You do some hybrids later when you get to later stuff. Or you could use them all to get to Mephisto, but I wanted that Omega Red stunned. I don't want him doing anything ever, and I want that Moon Dragon dead too, but she's under protection. So I'm probably just going to do something for damage here. Yeah, I don't want to put a taunt on myself because I got scared. And who am I ability blocking? All right, we're hoping that this kills the Moon Dragon. It did not, and hopefully this one. Yep. Again, this isn't going to do anything, but it kills the Moon Dragon. You got the Moon Dragon down. That Silver Samurai up there can be annoying too, so it'd be nice. We're just going to ult here, right? Yep. Ton of people on the board. Let's get the ult. Let's get slows everywhere. You're gonna, those silver samurais can be an issue too, and this Omega Red um, is going to be a little bit of an issue. Everyone else is, and that Phyla-Vell, you want to get her controlled before she clears everything. So who do I target here? Yep, I just want to make sure nothing gets cleared. So we don't want her using her special. So that's the target I chose. There's probably a couple other. I could probably just do Omega Red again if you want, but I just want to make sure nothing gets cleared because she's dead already. So I guess it wasn't that important. But we're ulting away. We're having an ult party. Let's get one of the Omega Reds dead. Yep. And now we got another Omega Red to deal with. So let's stun him. And then we got, no, stun the Weaver. Okay. Stun the Weaver. Old me was smart. Stun the Weaver. You don't want Weaver doing Weaver things. This is where it would have been nice to have the control from Rogue. Kind of wasted it on the file. I could have used it on the Omega Red here. But you get other methods of control. Again, this the mutant sections, which are a lot of them, are going to be easier parts because you're using a good raid team. So I think Omega Red's actually going to get to be able to do stuff. We definitely don't want him to get to his ult. He's going to do his special first, which does ability block if nobody dodges it. And he has a % drain on his basic with his follow-up attack if he's a striker. He just, he's not a character I would recommend building now, even though I still love him. I used him in DD7. It's hard to recommend building him now. But when you see him on defense, say he almost got through my rogue, his basic with that drain. So he really needs to go before he ults. Otherwise, we're in trouble. So he's gone. LDS has got to go. So we get some splash damage on him while we put an ability block on Sherry so she doesn't do anything obnoxious. And then she's much more of a priority target than Deathpool is at this point. And that's about it. Yep, you're obnoxious. You gotta go. You gotta go. Yeah, I could see a target in either one there, but it really doesn't matter. We're pretty much through. That's it. That's it. That's it. All right, next node. On our way to Apocalypse. 3 yellow horsemen on our way to Apocalypse. Let's do it. Let's do it. That's a little bit of the easier stuff. It's going to get a little bit harder, especially the last node. All right. Which node's next? What's next? Give me next. All right, MSF Originals. All right, so this is different than anything we've done before. The 3 MSF Originals that I picked, I didn't use Vol. Vol's a great character. You could use Vol if you want. But I love Kestrel, Deathpool's, and Mercs for Money right now. And Weaver just provides so much RNG. It's a random number generator. You can get some luck RNG. Doesn't really matter about formation with this, but I still like Weaver even though she's squishy. She's provided. Use the special here first. Let's spread some speed up to everybody. Get everybody cooking, and then we're going to get a stun on Dark Beast. I don't know if it was 100% necessary to go after him. I could throw in the She-Hulk there as well, but let's get Ghost Rider down. Even though his pings aren't going to mean anything while we have dodges up, it won't clear any of our charges. But again, you can see how easily we're already making our way through this node with this setup. Thank you, Weaver, because that could have gotten a little bit ugly, could have flipped everything, could have put a lot of bleeds out there. Let's get that She-Hulk dead. I don't know if this gets her. Almost gets her. But use the basic. We already had a charge. See, that ping is doing nothing, and we still have the charge. Let's get him dead. Could have used this special for a little bit of... See, again, it does nothing. Bring out some dudes and dudettes. Dudette got targeted. Last charge is gone. Now, Braun's got to go. This Deathlock's got to go too. I was hoping those basics would do some turn meter rewind. There's a chance for that, but it didn't. See if we can get the kill on the Hulk. I don't think we do. Nope. I was hoping that would get the kill before he got the death proof, but you gone anyway. And we got our buddies protecting us. And this is why you want charges out. when he goes. Actually, I didn't do that much damage. That wasn't the ultimate. So let's get a charge back. We get one charge on the special when you get the T4 done. I still like my Weaver. Again, not doing anything to us. And you did. So now Mr. Negative's got to go. Braun's got to go. Morbius I'm not too scared about. But I want that Braun dead before he does stuff like that. And I'm not paying anywhere near enough attention to Mr. Negative, because he could make you bleed out, and we don't want that. We do not want that. Got a little lucky with the turn order of operations on that one, and the health drop. I'm just going to go ahead and leave that Mr. Negative, huh? Alright, so you made a target yourself, and this is the ultimate that you don't want to happen. So look at all these bleeds. Look at how dangerous that got. Again, that wasn't the end of the world, but you can see how much damage that can do, and how much having charges actually does save you. I'm going to do this for the damage, get the defense down, and let's ping away. And see, one of our dudes took some damage. You did. You gone. All right, and we're through. Did that on one attempt. That wasn't something I needed to restart. Again, you might have to restart some of these nodes with bad luck. Maybe I got some good luck on some of these, but again, we're just cruising through. That is a 7 red Kestrel. Don't get me wrong, but you get her from Dark Dimension. Use your gold promos to get her up right away. She's an early Dark Dimension character. They give you tons of those gold promos right away. Get her up to 7 as real quick. She'll actually do the incursion nodes for you too, solo, all the way up to like 5 or something like that, chapter 5. And now this is Morgan Le Fay, gear tier 16, and then anybody else. Is anybody else that you want. You get to use just whatever, as long as they're gear tier 16 with ISO 4. So what we're going to do, I was actually looking for my my endgame Thanos here, but I don't have him at blue ISO 4 yet. I should. I was actually going to go back real quick and just do it, just to use him on it, but I'm like, you know what? Let's just keep using the stuff that we've been using. I don't want to add a new character into the mix and like, oh, now I need to get him or any. So let's just keep using the stuff that we've been using through all the sagas and all this stuff. It was an idea because we can use anybody, and you can too. You could literally use anybody you want off of your roster. What do I finally decide on? Do I even bring those guys? No. Maybe I'm just chilling here for a little bit. Do I make a decision at any point? You would hope that I would. You would hope so. All right, so here's where I make the decision. So, again, you could use your whole entire roster. Move that Gladiator over. And who do I use? Peter B? Do I use Kestrel? Do I pick anybody ever? All right, there's your Moon Knight. Missed the character. I made decisions. Sorry I didn't edit that part out. Probably should have for my Apocalypse video, but I didn't realize I did that. So we're through. And you're going to see, because we get to use anybody we want. We're in good shape. We got 2 reworked characters post Annihilators and 2 members of Annihilators, so they all got boosted stats. So we should rip right on through this. Agatha doing work. Agatha's a monster. Build up Agatha. I want that Archangel gone. I don't want any part of him. I don't want any silliness happening of any kind. Goodbye. Get out. And then just do the special. Yep. There we go. No point in saving anything for this. And again, you could use a ton of different comps for this. I'm not saying necessarily you could have all the characters they have up to blue ISO 4 for this saga. You can use and on this. Because it's just Morgan Le Fay and anybody you want. So, Rogue's got to go. Excuse me. Rogue's got to go. That's your priority here. Sharon can do some annoying things, but let's get Rogue out. The next characters haven't dropped yet, so let's focus on her while we can. could have killed the Sharon, but the next characters probably drop if you did, and maybe that complicates things. Maybe it doesn't. Rogue's dead. Next wave's in. Do I rewind everybody? No. No, because their speed bars are all pretty low. Then we ult. And Agatha. And Agatha. And Agatha. That's pretty much it. Kitty can get annoying with dodges. She could do dodge things. Yeah. Put that Striker Gladiator. Don't put Striker on Gladiator. Use Protector. Alright, next node. I'm pretty sure it's another one where it's a Horseman or a couple Horsemen and use anybody you want. Again, Blue ISO 4G16. Hopefully I don't spend 20 minutes trying to figure out who I'm going to use on this one. But 2 nodes left. We're almost there. That last node's going to get a little bit more difficult. All right, Rogue and Archangel, and then everybody you want. So now we got to use 2 of our 3 yellow horsemen on the node, but we're going to make it simple, and we're going to go in with Extreme, keep some synergy. Extreme synergizes very well with Rogue. Not so much with Archangel, but that's okay. That's okay. Are we going to shuffle people around for 45 minutes, or are we just going to go? Just go. It's Extreme. You got this. Let's shuffle them again. And we're doing it. I edited something there. All right, so we're going to stun the Morgan Le Fay if possible. This is not going to work. It did work. It did work. Sometimes it doesn't work. I would just restart until it does. And then we're going to control the Wong. See, the ability block didn't land there, but at least we got to rewind to buy us a little bit of time. And then we don't want Spider Weaver doing her special because it provides a ability block. Plus, it can get really, really annoying. She does a healthy amount of damage, especially for an older character. So we do have her ability blocked. And then we're just going to start going to town on this cluster. I want Morgan Le Fay dead as soon as possible. That's the focus, is Morgan Le Fay. Let's get her dead and keep the Wong at bay as long as we can without him taunting. So maybe we'll get an opportunity to ability block him again if we rewind people enough. But Morgan's already out. We got to get Morgan dead. We saved the ultimate there. Probably a good idea. But Morgan's got to go. Let's stun the Morgan. Yeah, decided to, which didn't land. That's the one that didn't land. I wanted to stun on Morgan. It didn't land. Because Sharon here on her ultimate, so cleared everything, did a decent amount of damage. We didn't necessarily want her to do that. I foregoed stunning her to try to stun Morgan, which didn't land. But now we got the ability block on Morgan, so we're going to keep plowing away at her. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Get Morgan dead. Just get Morgan dead. Let's get the ult here. Hopefully we get Morgan dead. No, still not dead. You're going to die, and you're dead. All right. Now let's make sure this Wong doesn't do anything. Use the ult. All right. Probably could have specialed there. Use the ult. Mr. Negative, again, can be annoying. See, did some real damage there. We got some bleeds out there. That Archangel is low. I want Agatha. No. I was going in for the stun and got dead, which is the best debuff in the game is dead. I'm sure you guys heard that one before, but all right. So ability block the Red Hulk. If I could stun the Red Hulk, I would stun the Red Hulk, but control the Red Hulk, get him gone, and I'm going right in for him. I'm just going right in. We're just going right in. Red Hulk gone. Get Red Hulk gone. Probably, yeah, well, I guess save the ult. Why not? There still is a couple more people to drop in, but get him dead. All right, and he's dead. And now get the Agatha. Again, not a reworked Agatha. So not terribly dangerous. Oh, almost got her. Almost got her. Is the splash damage going to get her? No. Nope. So Agatha still did things. But the dodges helped out a little bit. We still got hit a little bit. So this node, I guess, is a little bit harder, and you can see my Archangels down there with a heal block. Now, if that went after Archangel, it's possible I'm restarting this node. So We're doing things, we're making it difficult on ourselves, but we're also saving a ton of resources using our 3 yellow horsemen. Again, that's the whole point of all these videos, and we're getting close to our apocalypse. Our 3 yellow horsemen are very close to getting us the apocalypse. We're going to have one more node to go. Let's ping them. Let's get them dead. Let's get them dead. Let's punch them in the face. There it is. Almost done. Almost done. All right, last node. Last node. Now this node is your horseman plus an apocalypse. It's not an awaken apocalypse that they're going to give you. He's going to start with his special, not with his ultimate. He doesn't have striker on him, so his follow-up attack isn't going to disperse his charge and apply stun to somebody with a vulnerable on his follow-up attack. He'll get it on a retaliate maybe, but so it's not even like you're getting a mega apocalypse to go in here. But take a look at them horsemen. These are our 3 yellow horsemen. And we're going in. I'm going to put Rogue out there. Why not? And that's where the APOC will drop in the gap that you leave. So I'm hiding my Archangel and I'm hiding my Rogue. Now, let's focus over on the left side. Everything over on the left side. Focus on the left side. We don't want any more waves to drop. We're doing turn meter rewind here. We want Icarus and Xerxes dead. They are quite thick on this node. I'm going in on them, and that's it. And that's it. And that's it. Let's get some bleeds on them. Now, when they get down to a certain health threshold, whether it's, I think it's 30% or whatever it is, I know that he's going to clear this. I used this knowing he was going to clear this, but her special does have a rewind. So I wanted to get a rewind on him. And we're going to rewind again. We're gonna let them hit their threshold and bounce back up, but I want them dead before they do anything at all. Now the trauma here is going to make stuff stick. If I had a heal block on her, she wouldn't have regained her health, but that's okay. It's okay. Are we going to save it? Yep, we saved the ult. All right. We're pounding through. We need one of them dead. They're useless without the other. We need one of them dead. Looks like I went in on the Xerxes. I probably should have used... Oh, no, I used that on there to clear off that speed up. Let's steal that speed... Well, we already have speed up. Let's get it off of him. Let's get some bleeds with the basic. We need them dead. They need to die. Die. Focus on the left side. Get the Kestrel dead before she does anything. Get the Xerxes dead. Get the Icarus dead. I was doing this thinking he was a striker and he was going to follow up attack. And we didn't. Are we going to steal? Or are we going to special? Or are we going to ult? We're going to ult. We're going to get a little bit more rewind. Let's get a little bit more rewind again. I want them dead. That's my only focus. And we're also slow playing this now. So let's get this ult. And now we're going to target the Doom. This isn't going to kill him, but it's going to get him far enough till we get him dead. And then we got to target the Weaver. So now we're going to slow play. This Emma's got to go. I mean, everybody's got to go here. We're not targeting the Weaver. We don't want to hit the Weaver right now. We need to control the Weaver. Let's not hit the Weaver. Let's get the Emma dead. Now, I'm almost resigned to the fact here that Weaver is going to... let's ult here. Let's get the battlefield effect. I'm pretty much resigned here to the fact that I know Weaver's going to get up her charges and cause the dodges. APOC still can hit her while the dodges are up. But this is actually the point where I want to slow play on purpose. So we're going to get a little Weaver loop here, a little trick we're going to do. So we're going to kill everybody else. Now this is going to miss because she's got her charge. Now her charge is gone. Now we can start hitting people again. We're going to get everybody else dead. The next wave's not going to drop until Weaver's gone. And then we're going to use this time to get our abilities recharged. Weaver, there's no danger from Weaver of actually killing us. Especially if there's nobody else around. So we're going to use that time to get in a little bit of loop with her, and eventually we'll ability block her. See, again, she's using her special. Now APOC can hit her with the charges, but it also doesn't disperse a charge when he uses an attack. So you can see him, his attack's going to land, no charge goes away, and she's going to keep dodging. So we're going to use this time to get some abilities back. So we're going to keep, you can do this for as long as you want, especially with your characters this low. If your characters are bigger, you might already have her dead. You might wind up killing her, but I'm eventually going to use the Rogue special on her to apply ability blocks so she can't get charges. But right now, I'm not worried about her killing me. I'm just cruising around. Say we got a stun. Nope, no stun landed. Now we got all these charges every single time. The Apocalypse is going to hit. But every time you miss, she's going to get an energy dump. And she's going to get a little bit of speed bar. So it's going to make this exponentially harder. But again, almost got her there without even using a stun on her. But she's going to heal herself back up. And that's good. Now we got Morgan's abilities are back. Now APOC has almost got all of his abilities back. Red Hulk is almost back to his ult. Again, we're slow playing. We're using 3 yellow horsemen on this node to get through. Still got 10 enemies left. So I think we're getting close to the point. Probably Rogue's next turn. See, Red Hulk's almost at his ult. Probably Rogue's next turn. I'm going to use the ability block, and we're going to get through her. So, like I said, everybody's... there we go. Let's get that ability block. And if it doesn't land, go through another loop. Everybody's pretty much got all their abilities locked. Back. I could have waited a little bit longer, so Red Hulk's ability is going to be ready. I could have waited a little bit longer to have all of APOC's ready. Again, that's something you can do if you're trying to do it with the Horseman at 3 yellow, because this node is this is the challenge of the Scourge. But let's ult, and let's get this Gambit done before he pings one of my Horsemen away. That's the threat now, especially when you're using smaller ones. Let's get that Gambit done and get that Dormammu gone. So they all have revives too. We're going to try to get them. We're going to try to use Red Hulk's special. I probably could have stunned Dormammu, but I don't want Captain Carter to clear everything. So let's get some revives gone off the special with APOC and with his special ability, awakened ability. It takes off the revives from the primary target and from the secondary target. So we got some revives gone. And now we're going to go in and get that Dormammu gone. And we got the Gambit gone, so we're not worried about the pings now with them taking down a target. Again, Xerxes, like, there's some issues here, but we just get Dormammu dead. Get Dormammu dead. Get Dormammu dead. And Dormammu's dead. So now we got 2 characters still with revives. I'm actually going to try not to kill them. Again, we're going to slow play. We don't want the next way. Nobody's dropped yet. We don't want them to drop. We're going to try to, not cheese this, but we're going to try to get those revives off before we actually kill them. And now we can. So now we got the special. Revives are gone. And we don't have to worry about them coming back up. Let's get them dead. And we're close to Apocalypse. Our 3 yellow horsemen almost got us to Apocalypse. A little bit more. Drop dead. It would have been nice to have him ready with his ult right there if it happened to kill earlier or an attack earlier, but that's okay. We got the offense downs. And again, Gambit, this node can get frustrating because if you come in at low health when a raid node drops or a wave drops, he can ping away somebody that was hanging on by a thread. But we're pretty much there, guys and gals. Get rid of that Kestrel. So we got APOC's abilities all the way around by hanging out with Weaver for a little bit. We got another ult. Everybody was all charged up. Let's go. Let's get an APOC. And that's pretty much it, guys. This has been the whole point of this series. We did this with 3 yellow horsemen. We did it without building any of the Scourge teams for any of the horsemen. We did this with our raid. We did this with our arena teams. And now we got ourselves an Apocalypse. So I hope you guys have been enjoying this journey with me. I'm going to keep this journey going on to a 7 yellow Apocalypse, and we're going to try it with these 3 yellow horsemen again. We're going to get them up to G17. We're going to get them up to Blue ISO 5, and we're going to see if we can do that node again, because that's the real challenge there. In that whole saga, we're going to see if we can do that node with them still at 3 yellow stars. So keep following, keep watching, and we got ourselves an APOC. All right, as always, guys, love you guys. I'm out.